I was promised a lot of AS90 killings happening here. Somebody sent in this replay via mail, by the way. If you want to send in replays, of course, I have a channel for that on my Discord server. So if you think you have a good replay, feel free to upload it there. Now the problem is, all they said was lots of AS90 killings. They didn't tell me which username they have, and I see 4 AS90s now. Maybe they mean both. Like both of them, like you're in a 2-stack or something. But although no, those are 2 different players. You know what? Let's see it. I've never really casted a 10v10 game before. And the problem is I don't know which one of this is you. And unfortunately, if I see the neither the email name nor message that was sent with it gives me any clue as to who I'm talking, who I should watch here. Explosive Hugs or K279. Right. Let's try to see it from Blueford. I think that's more interesting, so we know what's actually spotted or not. This does seem to be... Is this even a tactical? Let's see, that's 60 points, that's 100 points, 160. 2 of those, it's 260, that's 420, 500 points per player, I think. Is probably what they had for starting points. Wait, this is destruction. For a second I thought this is conquest. They already have 5 points, so they killed like a 5-point truck here or something, yeah. Okay, what do we have here? MiG-25, MiG-31s. Ace-90s are firing on the road, probably here. Offensive Lynx 90 drops, updated 27 SK. MiG-31 average. Actually, I have to admit, it's kind of interesting to actually see this from a bird's eye perspective for once. That's an interesting chieftain marksman position. This is support. Oh, this is support, right? You're hardened to either UK or British. So, no, this is Commonwealth. Okay, UK or British. UK or Commonwealth. I mean, I guess we'll see. Like, what was the other play? Explosive Facts. We'll see when the points start accumulating, which of those 2 players sent this in, probably. Because when people send in stuff, they usually go like, "Oh my god, I got so many kills. This is the game of my life," which is understandable, right? Still, that marksman position is interesting. You know the fast move command exists, right? 24M, 24Ms, and what's this, like a J7? Yeah. I just saw 1 bomb, so it had to be that. Or B5, but the B5 flies higher. But speaking of 2 B5s, what is this lobby? This can't be like a classic Bashar lobby, can it? K279 killed CV by the looks of it. 110 points. Here's the thing, right? When you're spectating an artillery player, there's gonna be a lot of downtime between the salvos. When the form goes down to NASAMs. Ooh, you know what? It should be interesting. A NASAMs kind of video, because with the Fire and Forget, you can definitely do some fun stuff with this. Gotta watch out for only 5 HP though. Something was on the highway. This is exactly why you shouldn't position the Rican here. You should put it in on this edge here, if you want to stay in this triangle forest, because currently there's no eyes on this highway. We only briefly saw something, probably because of the Pequot itself, actually. Yeah. Moderna. What are you shooting at? It's actually very hard to keep track of. Probably here in Foxtrot. I think this is it. No, this is the Rhino. These are the shots. You should see the points pop-ups, right? In replays, if you have the correct player selected. This is actually interesting. Nothing is spotted. I'm curious, what is red spot? This is okay, this is amazing. The absolute whiplash This has to be like a thumbnail or something, right? What he sees, what she sees. Oh, this is actually amazing. This is no. I don't care about the AS90 anymore. I want to see how this goes. They are gonna do jack shit. You need something like a Martyr 2 or something. Like, M41s are gonna be good, yeah? Like, you want lots of... Basically... Oh, the Jalo's there as well. Basically just lots of low AP, right? You don't you about single big guns, you want lots of small guns. Because our CPTUs have 1 armor and 10 HP, right? They're not gonna do anything. Like, they're not gonna survive to anything. M41s are good for that. Not amazing, but good. Just gotta... Ooh, okay, that was actually sick AS90. Was it an AS90 salvo? Just stunned and panicked a lot of this stuff. That's gonna help a lot. Even the rerolls here, it's all from one player, it is. Honestly, kind of sick. Okay, recoil's rifles are gonna be pretty solid as well, because it's just gonna one-shot this. Alright, crisis averted. Very good artillery salvo there, though, to like stun and panic, but nothing really should stick. Should have honestly kept fast moving. Once you go off-road with these things, you're not gonna be able to do all too much. On the one hand, of course, you know, you wanna avoid what just spawned, but then you're gonna be so slow with 55 kmh. You're not gonna do much. Ace 90 is up, got some good veterans here already. This was... Honestly, that alone was worth it for the replay, I'll be honest. It was such a funny moment. Plus 30, plus 10. Okay, why is this so... How is this so... Where should I put this? Yeah, why is this so low saturation? That is odd. Maybe because sometimes the replay viewer is a bit buggy with certain things when you switch between perspectives. Changes how... changes the saturation of some stuff. But that's a very odd position, by the way. Again, I don't know if if I'm even spectating the correct player, but you're not gonna spot a lot of helicopters this deep into the forest. You gotta need to be at the edge. Safest position is honestly probably to be in to make sure that you have line of sight is to be like in one of the ridge lines there. I'll be honest. I mean, against unless you're specifically against planes like that try to fly over there and that way get stunned and probably even killed by this, but against helicopters, it's not gonna do much. And with 11 armor, you're not gonna survive any Red 4 seat missile, I think. I think they all have at least 28 AP. I guess a K-52, I think, only has 24. I'm not sure if any plane-based seat missiles have 24. Maybe the ones on the Su-7 and the Polish Su-22 with 4,200 meters range. They might only have 24, but I'm honestly not sure. Okay. Still, it's a bit odd to watch a 10v10 replay. Especially when I'm being told, oh, watch for the artillery. I came for the artillery, I stayed for the absolute mad lad plays. The nice thing though is by spectating the player, you get actually a kill list at the end of the replay. Which is nice for thumbnails and such. Recover 3B. I mean, you're just wrecking them, I'll be honest, right? You're right in front of their spawn. You're pushing into golf. You have like... And you have this position while you almost certainly have artillery supremacy if you look at what they're doing, which is nothing. They have some planes, but who cares, right? I think in 10v10, at least on a map like this, it seems that artillery supremacy is a lot more important. With the spawns being so far apart, it means that planes are gonna take a while to get there. Whereas on something like Paddy Field, it's much harder to react to planes because of proximity of the spawns. USZ spotted. Still waiting on like the big kills. Pink? Yeah, okay. Oh my god, the rock got 76. Oh, so close. I'll be honest, I'm still waiting for anything that is more crazy than the opener. Oh, plus 100, there you go. You killed a tube CV. Now, I'm saying that as like, oh, congrats, but if I was in that position, I'd probably pog off, admittedly, right? But like, once you're viewing a replay, you just don't get the same dopamine, right? It's just not the same. Hey, that's okay. That's sick. I love it. You're certainly getting some plus points here. Oh, you have 2 fobs now. Looks like... Did somebody surrender? Or did you start with 2 fobs? I'll be honest, I did not pay attention to whether somebody left. Because you have no other units. No, it can't be. It can't be yours. You had to start with 2 because you're not on the top of the list. I appreciate that though, starting with 2 CVs, two fobs. Oh, that's counter battery. Or just random, or just probably just an intended CV sniping, which, you know, fair enough. I think you got a hit marker there. No, you didn't. Never mind. Ganda, whatever that means. Base specialty. I'm willing to bet $5. That is somebody wanting to use the 90s, but forgetting that, you know, they're 2 separate squads. Because the problem is their name is so long that the 90s part of the name just doesn't fit on the unit card. So I always, you know, you've seen, oh no, you've seen me do that a dozen times as well. You didn't even take any damage there. This is the luckiest M1A2 I've ever seen, I think. Never mind. That was just very greedy, admittedly. I wanna see those AS90s kill a T80, like UM or UK. They only have 3 top armor. So if you get some lucky top shots, you're gonna do some serious damage. NASAMs, bringing down a MiG-29. I'm just gonna keep this at 2x speed because at tacticals, in tacticals, it's just not as action-packed usually. Let me actually get this up on the screen. Okay. AS90s are still just... I'm still a bit disappointed, and where is it? Explosive Hugs, still also at 180, so I'm still assuming for now it's this player who we're supposed to watch. Direct Rapier, honestly, we'd love to see another A, that's just... Okay. Oh, yeah, you're dead. I mean, you can ping as much as you want, you're not gonna get out alive there. What is the AS90 shooting there? Oh, I mean, yeah, like, when they're near max HP, you're not really gonna be too lucky. Only a beacon can really do that. Like, if a beacon stuns, like 2 beacons, first shot stun, and then with directed shots, and ideally with a bit of veterancy, and then the follow-up shots just all hit within like that very short, like that window of stunnage. That can actually deal a ton of damage, but an Ace-90 is gonna struggle with only a salvo length of 3. Also, high vet tank means much faster recovery from being stunned. So it also works a lot better on low, like normal veterancy tanks to kill them with tube artillery. But it is very dopamine inducing. No, I'm still waiting though. Only 335 points. ADAT, oh, ADATs though. That's a plus for me. ADATs, I love it. Would have loved to see the ADATs kill a T80, but maybe we'll see that. Ooh, the Rangers. Oh, they're gonna spot some stuff. I want to see the T80Us die to the Ace-90 though. And Moderna has 5 back and 4 top armor. Rear armor is also very important against artillery. Right, I say this all the time, but tube artillery and non-cluster artillery, they're not very often actually hitting top armor. They're always a lot more hitting front, side, and rear armor, right? Front, you can basically forget about once you're at like, you know, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, front armor, right? Then you're just mostly tickling. I think up to, I don't know. I think you still take like 10%, and then on like 10 armor, you take like 5% of HE damage, something like that. But like 8, 9, 10 damage onwards, you're not gonna deal a whole lot of damage at the front. Obviously, side and rear are a different story. Which is why Leopard 1s and MX-30 CVs, they still are quite easily killable with tube artillery. And you have 10 and 5 when it comes to side and back, and I think T80s only have 3 rear armor, which is why it's but they're much easier to kill with super artillery than like T90s, Modernas, stuff like that. But we'll have to see again. You know what? I can also just... Yeah, 3 rear. And quote unquote only 9 side armor. I think there's like another, like I just said, like a cutoff, so to speak, at 10 armor, where it goes from like 5 to 1% or from 10 to 5%. Something like that. The main things you really need to know about is like 2 armor on like from 1 to 2, you take from 100 to 40% of HE damage. Did you kill something there? Again, because of the number pop-ups being so much at much lower saturation, it's harder to tell. Oh, are they killing the fob? They're probably killing the fob, huh? The 80. I also just don't know which shells are from my guy. What are those? Those are different AS90s. Plus 170. Milord? You're only half HP. Kyle used to be my favorite tank. Nowadays, I really dislike it. I think it's not that great at 70 points. It's fine, but really not that great. I mean, 10 RPM autoloader is very nice, don't get me wrong. But for 70 points, it's just really lacking survivability to actually make good use of the autoloader. And it doesn't have the speed either to run tanks down like a T80 does. Or to just get away safely either. And with 12 armor, you gotta be careful at fighting in close ranges against higher tier tanks. Because you can get one-shot by kinetic. Which, admittedly, I think is, practically speaking, unless you're fighting super heavies, plus 80, not that much of a realistic concern, but it is something worth noting. Also, you get one-shot by 26 AP heat, so A10s, Peace Shrines, Peace Pheasants will one-shot you. Which in ranked is definitely or tournaments or something, definitely a consideration. In public lobbies, rarely, because it's usually like red v blue, right? Although the Orao does have 26 AP missiles. 565 points. I'll be honest. It's solid, but like, ooh, yep, you're dead. I think it missed 2 out of those 3 missiles. It missed the first shot on the chieftain and the first shot on the Nasums, and it didn't get a 4th one out. It was a bit unlucky. It wasn't upvetted, but it has what, 70% base accuracy on those missiles. It's also the only seaplane that can actually one-shot a Challenger marksman. But we're only seeing chieftain marksman. The one here is gone. Did it die or did it move? Make sure pause. I think it moved, right? Must have taken forever. There's still a T at the UK. Ooh, those Leech 90. They get a side. Oh, Nighthawk is gonna kill it. I got like this Admiral. Oh, it actually. Oh no, it did die. There you go. We're gonna see some counter battery. Plus 90. Oh, did the MBD 70 kill that? Wow. What did it even kill, actually? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, the Tunguska. Ooh. Must have been damaged then for the MBT to actually kill it. That thing is 2 front armor. Wait, 715 points. What the heck did I miss? What the heck did I miss? Man, it does suck. Those point pop-ups are just so hard to notice in the replay. And of course, it's hard to know which artillery is actually shooting. There's 4 AS90s, SSR, and 2 Rhinos as well, man. You're not making it easy. Oh boy. Oh my god, that AS90 is gonna freaking feast. Oh boy. Oh. Should have maybe led a bit, but I don't know. Maybe that was just retreating. 35. What was killed for 35 there? I don't know. Trouble. Oh, you getting counter battery? Oh, the HQ section is complaining. Salvador the Fly. Oh, that's very funny. Trying to get around with all those M41s needs 2 stalwarts because these things have no autonomy. That is actually hilarious. That is hilarious. I'm actually curious. Are they spotting this? They are. And it doesn't. It's gonna do anything. That is very funny though. Very funny. No, you should have resupplied him once more. It's hilarious though. I've never seen an M41 flank. Again, I have no idea where the Ace 9 is actually shooting at, but this is a good moment. I'll give you that. Okay, smoke, interesting smoke. I mean, at the end of the day, in tacticals, even if it's spotted, like look at this, right? A Gallop to kill one M41. I mean, if the Gallop has nothing else to do, that's fine. The problem is in tacticals, if they're all sitting in like 5 points, right? It's gonna take them like 10 minutes to get points for something back, right? So if they all have no points saved up and no units nearby, they can't really do much necessarily. Plus, they control 2 zones. They get an income of 6, again 0.6 per player per tick. You know, or like 6 per tick for the entire team, right? Obviously, a single T55 AM is easily gonna deal with that, as we saw. But there was no guarantee it's gonna work out like that, or not. Sorry, that the team was gonna be able to actually save against this. Still though, I have to say, it replay is a bit lacking. Now, they did say, like, firing until no ammo is left, but look at all these fobs, man. You're really... Or maybe you, Explosive Fox, but you're really selling this replay? I mean, probably you, because you have not even 300 points. You were selling this replay quite hard, but I'll be honest. I've yet to see anything crazy. Like, you're getting good kills, don't get me wrong. But I was expecting you to be, like, the points leader by far. Maybe that's still gonna be the case, but they didn't even vet up once on their own. I mean, this was just a stomp. Although again, points-wise, it doesn't... I mean, it's still a stomp. The thing is, you can't really go off of points like you can in Conquest, right? Like, you're 1k ahead in terms of killings, which means you're also like 1k ahead in terms of what you have on the field in terms of units. But you also have like so much, like on top of that, even more on the field in terms of units because you have so much more income. But I think on a map like this, it's much harder to defend and stay ahead in terms of points than it is on other maps. I think you can actually steamroll here more easily when ahead in destruction than on other maps. Like on other maps you've seen before, right? You're winning on the ground and you're losing the war either way, which is, like, you know, not entirely unrealistic, of course. And I'm not gonna try to pull the realism card as someone who is, wow, who is, oh no, rip, as someone who is famously anti-realism and pro-fun. Okay, anti-realism is a stretch, but fun and gameplay should take precedence to an extent. But when you're forced to fight over ground, I think outside of 10v10 tacticals, it just creates for better gameplay. But 10v10 tacticals are just entirely different game mode, right? They're not even, I wouldn't even classify them, they're an entirely different game mode, just like Conquest and Destruction are, in my opinion, because it just plays so much differently. Right, I think 10v10 tacticals just, I think they kind of would work for Conquest to an extent, but I think it's just not the same. Because you have a much better indication of your teammates, of like what your teammates are doing or how the game is going, as you can't really pay attention to like 9 other players, what they're killing and such. So you get like a rough indication of, okay, we're getting good ground and winning fights, whereas opposed to if you only won the ground, it would be hard to understand, like, okay, did we also actually kill a good amount of stuff? Or are they just retreating, putting us into a false sense of security, etc.? Which of course can be very fun, but in 10v10s, I think it just doesn't work. Now our player brings 6 chieftains. Sitting at 860 points, which is good, third highest on the team. But I'll be honest, you're gonna be blacklisted. This was, unless we're seeing something crazy at the end, not really the best of replays. Also, you're lying. You say you fire until there's no ammo left in your replay. Let me quote, right? Killing only stops when ammo runs out. I mean, I guess, which doesn't necessarily mean they fired until there was no ammo left, but yeah. I don't even know what to say, because this was a disappointing replay. Like, majority of your points, or like a good chunk of your points, came from your freaking ADATs. Your CVs killed 4 units. I mean, I have to assume we're talking about this player here, right? And not this one. Unless, of course, the replay is missing something. It says 970 points, but it could still technically be wrong, maybe. And I'm not gonna add all this up, but your ace 90s killed 4 units in total. And this is the replay you sent in. I mean, I'm sorry, right? I mean, like, yes, you did well. You did well. And, you know, if I was playing like that, of course, and recording my gameplay, I'd say, like, oh, yeah, that went well. But I would never be like, oh my god, this was an amazing replay. You did well. You did fine. But this is what I mean when I say, please don't just send in a replay where you do well. Right? There should be something there. Now, of course, there was something there, which was right at the start with the CPTUs. But that thing alone doesn't make a good replay. It's a good moment. It's a great moment. It was actually sick. But it just, you know. Yeah, that was not a good replay. I was disappointed. But maybe this will be like a good example of what you shouldn't send in. And hopefully people will actually send in good replays now. We've had good replays before. So, yeah, to the Wargame, huh? We're looking at... Oh, this could be an infantry squad. This is probably an infantry squad, like a Strela 2. Let's go for this one. It's not a manpad. It's an ATGM squad with an assault rifle. And Conquerors might not be that old. Let's try this one. It's an Eastern Bloc or Baltic. It's an Eastern Bloc. It's like... Oh no, it's the same name, okay. Yeah, okay, it was easy. Exactly 80 points. And similar speed, but not a tank. At least, so it's a recon unit. 80-point recon unit with 2 weapons max. Can't be a Bradley. 80 points, but not a tank gun, huh? I don't think it... No, it can't be a helicopter either, because of the stealth. Wait, no. No, Bradleys do only have 2 weapons. They don't have the M240 in Wargame, do they? The MG. That's would be the M3, right? The M3A2. Yeah, there you go. Easy. I was thinking of Warno, funnily enough. Okay. This is infantry again, huh? Go for the Strela 3 again. It's not a manpad. It's a gym squad again, but not an assault drive. I think you have ADGMs, but you might actually be relatively new. Actually, a 74. It is the Milan. It is a battle rifle, which makes me think it has to be British because Italians, I think, have an SMG. I clicked on the Italian one. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. There you go. All right. An old French unit. Oh boy. Um, what is really old? Boah, this is actually difficult. Unit is command Mitsubishi. Oh no, you're like 63 or something, huh? Really old French. Any of the MX-13s, maybe? Is the AML-60 maybe really old? Oh, it is. Wow. Scandi. Maybe the Centurion CB? Nope. Oh, I should have gone Panzerbild, of course. Weapon type 1 assault rifle. Let's go for Legion 90. Napalm or main gun? It's Mirage 3C. Command, assault rifle. Napalm bomb or main gun? Must be a BMP-1. Okay then. There's no napalm bombs on command units, and main gun is usually on slot 1 except for stuff like BMP-1s, where slot 1 is the 80 GM. Scandi assault rifles. Kustjäger 90 have assault rifles. It's actually difficult because there's a lot of battle rifles for Scandi. Napalm bomb or main gun, like the Lanzen. The Hawk is actually that old, huh? But that's a lot of old CVs. Holy T-55s. Mitsubishi is actually too old. Never mind. Lanzen is that old too, huh? Okay, you know what? I don't think I would have gotten this. I mean, obviously I wouldn't have, even if I chose the Panzerbill. 74 to 89, 115 to 170, small or lower HMG. Surface to air missile. That's like a PTR 70K. I know I'm going in a rough order, but whatever. That could be like a BRDM2. Relatively, it's like a PTR 80. It's just go PTR 80, right? Should be easy. Weapon 3 M240. Basically an M1. Abrams. ACAF? Shoot. Surface to air missile, weapon type 3. Go SAS. It's an easy choice. Uh-huh. Oh, Akula. And you're gonna be just Eric Weiss. Oh, infantry, of course. Oh, the ACAF is. Oh, it's medium actually. Also, there's M60s. I completely forgot about infantry. Anything interesting here? No, not really. That's the British low velocity gun, I think, right? Thunderwagen 3? Ooh. Scorpion light tank? Scorpion light tank? Oh, does the Sonderwagen's gun have like a different designation? It should be the same gun. It should have gotten Saladin maybe here. Ugh. Autonomy greater than 720. Oh, doesn't the MTV have really good autonomy? Oh, it has a 50 cals its first gun. I was thinking about using the Fiat, like the vehicle-based Fiat vehicles, like the Fiat or the R76. Country United Kingdom, UK, really good autonomy. That doesn't go hand in hand. Oh, Elvis maybe. Yeah, not a stalwart. Recon tab, weapon tab, and rocket pod. That's 24k has a gun. Tiger has it in slot 2, I think. Oh, I always mess this up on the Tiger. Let's go for the Scout Defender. Oh, not the Scout Defender. What's it called? Is it not called Scout Defender? It is, okay. For a second I thought, isn't this also the name of the helicopter tab, a tow helicopter or something? Unit is in tab recon. Let's go for Ferret. Oh. Okay. Weapon type 1 rocket pod. Let's go for Fiat. No, let's go for the AR-76. This thing that has like 110 off-road speed. UK and really good off-road speed, huh? But Elvis has 60. Or just helicopter, right? Well, slow helicopter though. Oof. The Lynx is too fast. I don't even know if they have that slow helicopters. Oh, that's difficult. Stalwart might have really good off-road speed, but I already used that. Warriors are decently. No, none of the Warriors have 95. But they have like 70 or 75. Maybe the Fatheads? Or is it like a heli? Do they have a bell? Bells are sometimes 200. They have Chinooks. They have Pumas. They don't really have much wheeled stuff, which tends to have really good off-road speed. Ferret might have like. Wait, where's the Ferret with the? Oh, okay. Nice. Scorpion light. So hold on. Weapon 2. Oh my god. I can't read. So it was the MG, huh? It is the MG. What's the main? It's L23. Oh my. And also this is L5. Okay, whatever. Oh my god. Learn to read. I got just so lucky with the Scorpion gas. I didn't mean to do that. Actually, wait, the Saxon is that fast of all the Rover CV, of course. The 110-point GCVs tend to have pretty good off-road speed. Oh well, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.